Is he on any medication?
None.
Doctor, I think you should see this.
How much?
Why, what is it?
He's got money coming out the wazoo.
What do we have?
Money out the wazoo.
Move this man to a private room.
Out of the way, this man's got money coming out the wazoo.
Does your husband have insurance?
Insurance? He's got money coming out of the wazoo.
Oh.
A candlestick is a chart that displays the high, low, opening, and closing prices of a security for a specific period. The wide part of the candlestick is called the real body and tells investors whether the closing price was higher or lower than the opening price. Black or red indicates that the security closed lower, and white or green indicates that the security closed higher. The candlestick's shadows show the day's high and low and how they compare to the open and close. A candlestick shape varies based on the relationship between the day's high, low, opening, and closing prices. Candlesticks reflect the impact of investor sentiment on security prices and are used by technical analysts to determine when to enter and exit trades. Candlestick charting is based on a technique developed in Japan in the 1700s for tracking the price of rice. Candlesticks are a suitable technique for trading any liquid asset such as stocks, foreign exchange, futures, and cryptocurrency. Hello and welcome back to the channel. This is Tyrone. This is Cryptocurrency Alerts, and today is Tuesday, January the 16th, 2018. Hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm sure your portfolio has been dealing with a little turmoil today, but again, that's part of the volatility in this cryptocurrency market. So just hang tight. That's why you buy the solid companies that you believe in, the solid projects that you believe in, that you trust. And so when there is an opportunity, as today, when most of the market is down, you're able to go in confidently and buy your favorite coins at a discount. So it's just perspective. Again, most of these, your portfolio should be long-term holdings, things that you're holding out for a year to 5 years from today. And in that time, it is going to be a choppy road. As you look at any chart, nothing goes straight up or straight down. It's a wave, and it's constantly flowing. So over the long term, just hold. If you see an opportunity for a coin you were looking at that is discounted by, say, 20% today, I mean, you saw your favorite pair of shoes or any other item on sale for 20%, you wouldn't hesitate to make that purchase. And today's a day to have the confidence to go ahead and buy on sale also. From the intro, focusing on candlesticks, and that's something that in the previous videos we haven't really touched on in detail, and it's something that I'd like to go into detail in today's video about. So we're going to attempt to put it all together, utilizing our stochastics, MACD, our Bollinger Bands, and finally we're going to try to see through the darkness, light the path with the use of candles. And as you heard, they've been utilized throughout history. Rice traders use the candlestick method. It's something that has stood the test of time and something that I believe will assist us in fine-tuning the cryptocurrency alerts program and ensuring that we are entering each trade at the best possible time. So right here I have at Coinigy.com and looking at the chart for Simple Token. And actually, before I do that, yesterday's video, we were talking about the I Do wallet, and one moment here. the I Do wallet. And so during the video yesterday, we were like right in this level, and I gave the example that it was showing momentum, even though it was above the 20, it was showing momentum, and all these candlesticks showing that there's really no price movement one way or the other, that the market didn't know what it was going to do. The Bollinger Bands were super tight, and again, we were starting to show some good momentum on the MACD and stochastics. So I made a purchase, and bang, immediately just shot way. So I was able to achieve a 20% return in yesterday's market, which made up for the losses that I had in the request network and syndicator, and still put it at plus 10% for the day just by being able to identify this opportunity through the technical analysis. And so using candlesticks in this example along with the other tools, for me, and what I have noticed is this can be a positive or negative, I guess, with everything, but what it shows is that the market really has no idea what to do, and it is super stable at these levels. So you see this, you see your Bollinger Bands squeezing extremely tight, signaling that something has to happen one way or the other. Then again, that's when you refer to these other indicators. And for me, it looked like the probability was that there was going to be a run up, and in that case, I was right and was able to find a profit in a down market. So it is possible. If you're utilizing these charts, they can show the way, and definitely the candlesticks can help light the path, especially if you're not seeing things clearly. So let's look here at the simple token. And so simple token, if we look at these candlesticks, so again with this long tail shadow, that's showing that that's where the high for that hour was. But you can see that it was pushed down and ended up closing down here. So, but it's still a bullish pin because it opened higher and closed higher than this pin here. So what we had, if you were looking at this chart, and especially if the stochastics were right here, you see it crossing over, and you're seeing these three bullish pins, and that might be an indication that, man, this might have some momentum, might be a good time to get involved. But if you see, it did have some momentum, but not really registering a lot here on the MACD histogram. So you want to use all three factors together to ensure that you're entering in at the correct price. And what I am learning, and what I believe you will learn, and I believe that all advanced traders have learned, is that it's better to not enter a trade, in doubt, and wait for the opportunity where all of your signals are green, indicating all systems go. So it's best just to stay on the sideline than to get into a bad trade. Is going to be a way that you're going to be more successful over time. So on the simple token, what I like to see always are these Bollinger Bands, and you see how they're squeezing volume here, and this blue line is representing the volume, trading volume. Somewhat consistent, dying down a bit. I have my MACD over the red here, but still not a lot of velocity. And here on the stochastics, showing that the blue is, so it's trying to gain momentum, but as you see, super tiny candlesticks, basically showing that the market's not sure where it wants to go. These huge candles here are from the big drop that we had earlier. It's recovering, and with these bands continuing to constrict, this may look like like the I Do wallet chart from yesterday, in which that it has to go somewhere. Now in this case, we would definitely want to ensure that this blue line was continuing to curve upward. Again, on the stochastics and the MACD, it would be even better to see some volume increasing and some bullish pins lining up. And if so, these Bollinger Bands squeezing, you could see a pop up to some of the previous highs. Simple Token is an excellent project. There's on our Twitter page, I retweeted an interview with the CEO of the company, a very pleasant person, very knowledgeable of their business plan. And again, he relates this time frame at the beginning of blockchain back to America Online and the birth of the internet, kind of like I did on previous videos. So he sees and understands where we're at, and he understands how his company is poised to capitalize on that. So I have no problem, trading. This is one of the good boards I can take out into these choppy waters and feel stable. What we're also going to do, we're going to continue to use these. So say I decide to go in once I start seeing some bullish pins or bullish candles lighting up, and as you see, there was some selling pressure there, dropping this one down. So right now the trend is down. You probably would not want to get in on the short term right here because it's showing that it's possibly going to tick down. Again, I'm dealing with hour intervals on the candles, so these candles are changing colors and size and shape quickly. So that's why you want to keep a finger on the pulse if you're trading in this short of a time frame. But again, there's closing up. I'm going to keep an eye on it. I still see the stochastics dying off, so this would one that you possibly would just bookmark and to come and check on at another time. Syndicator was one yesterday that we had recommended in the group. I believe it was up here around like the 7,300 level. We had a few nice pins, maybe it was here, but it just tailed off. I actually was stopped out of it, and overnight it just spiked up incredibly. So it was just bad timing. Again, you see it really tightened up and even sold off more, and just there were no more sellers in the market. You see they're ended up pushing it down here, but the buyers overtook it and just skyrocketed. See, bought all the way back down. This pin here was more bullish, so selling definitely slowed down and kind of stabilized. And price shot up, stabilizes, price shot up. And once that happened, then more sellers came in and put the price down. But this one, again, it's above the 20-day average, so you can check that it's way high here on the stochastic. So if I was looking at this as a time to enter, I would hold off. And again, you see just a lot of attempts to go higher, but consistently being pushed back down by more sellers than buyers. So once these bands though tighten up, and if you can get another situation like this where there's indecision in the marketplace and an upward trend, that's where you'd want to go ahead and try to place your buy, and also once you place a buy, place a stop limit 5% below your buy price. That way you're going to limit your downside, and what we do on the upside is we put our sell order 10% above that buy price, and so when we win, we're going to win 2 times. When we lose, we're going to lose 1 time. And through this system, by using these charts, these candlesticks, all of our information, we're ensuring that we're buying low and selling high. And over time, if we stick to that 2-to-1 ratio, we are going to come out ahead over time. And that is how the alert system is going to take shape going forward, is that you want to limit that downside in a trading situation. And again, this is not referring at all to a long-term holdings, which are an essential part of a portfolio. What we're dealing with is the trading portion of your portfolio, so a smaller percentage of your overall holdings. And with this, we're looking to profit as often as possible without having to hold on to coins for long term. So if it hits that stop limit, 5%, hey, we write it down as a loss and we move on to the next. We paddle back out and wait for the next wave. And that's the way that we are going to be successful. We're going to locate the momentum, ride the momentum. If we are wrong, we're only going to be wrong by 5%, but I believe we're going to be able to locate more positive momentum waves that are going to ride us to profits more often than not. So that is how the alerts will be coming out from now on. Again, we're working in the alpha program and ironing out all the details of what's going to be the best way to help those that are in the group to become profitable in 2018. And I believe that is the system. By setting the stop limit, you're not tying up your trading capital long term. So again, you lick your wounds, paddle back out, and we learn from our lessons on possibly why the momentum of that wave died down, and we look for a more defining, more definitive moment to catch the next wave and ride that one further to greater profits. And that's so. Again, the Alpha Group link is in the description, so if you have an interest in learning more and seeing what we're doing as we grow with this program, fine-tuning it to capitalize on profits, please join, and again, your feedback is definitely welcome. So let's we want to move on. Let's look at here's another example on the chart. So on the other side, again, when I said it can be good or bad when you're going sideways, and this is the company Status, and they have a very great idea. They're actually coming out with their desktop platform. I believe it should be by this end of second quarter. I was listening to a town hall meeting yesterday, and so they're doing things. They're just kind of a little further out before it's kind of something that's more utilized by more people. So it's definitely more of a vision right now. But I see the vision, and again, there are people working diligently to fulfill that vision. But on the trading side, everything going sideways. I mean, some bullish indicators that could trick you, but what I liked is right here is this nice tight Bollinger Bands, and I believe, again, the pins changed, but you had maybe a reversal happen, and it'd been nice if this was a larger bodied bull candle. But what happened in this case, a lot of times, and I think most of the time, it's going to be an upward trajectory from the very tight Bollinger Bands. But in this case, obviously the momentum, you can come look. If you see that, it's like, ooh, maybe that's an opportunity. But the momentum was down, was a little high already in the stochastics area. So seeing that could have avoided, suffering this loss. So what I like to do is, okay, I see one that got battered, come and see what it's doing currently, and it attempted to run up, but still severe selling pressure on this one, pushing it back down. It's down at the bottom, actually below the Bollinger Band. A bullish signal can be when you see these tails cross down through the bottom of the Bollinger Band, meaning that the coin, the token, is completely oversold. Now, just because it's oversold doesn't mean that it can go down even further, and you can look at Tron for an example of that, and many other examples. But the trajectory still on this one is down, so this would be one that you would probably hold out on. I know I will be keeping an eye on this, because when this one does recover, we get rid of the sellers in this one. I think it's due for a extreme bounce back. Again, it's a solid company project. They are working towards their goals, so they are there. They are answering the phone. They have a strong social media following. So finding these good projects that are super depressed represents an opportunity. Obviously not today by looking at our candles, looking at our MACD and stochastics, but this would be another one to bookmark for later and just to keep an eye on. So, and that's also what I'll be doing. Let's see. Request Network, which was a pick again. No matter what, and that's why these are just indicators to help us find the best entry point, is that there's sharks in these waters, and huge selling pressure can come. We can also benefit from sharks' presence by pushing the market up in our favor. But what we have to, like, say, if this is definitely stopping you out. But what's good about the stop is, like, say, maybe you got stopped out here at the top during that hour versus down here at the low by making an emotional sell. So that's why I want to help us to protect our downside by putting that stop, that even with the best indications, again, a market can change in a heartbeat, and especially in this volatile cryptocurrency market. So please be aware of that. Let's see, Tron, and again, just battered. You would think that this would be a good time, if you're not looking at the charts and you had just saw the price of Tron a week ago and you're coming back from a vacation, what have you, and you're like, oh wow, this is a good time to buy Tron. Someone would buy it and possibly will even lose more, even thinking they're buying it at the bottom, because you, using these charts, would know, no, I'm going to hold off, because the momentum, even though the blues are over the reds in both our MACD and stochastics, there's just no steam, no gas there to do anything right now. So you'd keep an eye on another one like this that's super depressed, but you'd want to start looking for some bullish, like look at these. Now that's maybe a bad example, but you see it's bullish. You have these and bearish. I mean, it's all red. You don't want to be buying into this if you want to make money. This is emotional buys, and it's tried going up. People have been trying, but the pressure is just sell on that one. So you would hold off, certainly, according to our technical analysis. And another example, here's a ADX, and this is one I would like to do a video on in the future. It's a nice project that has a nice following also. Again, super depressed. Actually, in this tail right here, does mean that it dropped down, and they are trying to buy it back up. As you see, it's below this bottom Bollinger Band, but the momentum is down. They can drop down a little and gain some momentum back up. This ADX might be a good opportunity to get involved, but again, you're going to want to be guided through the dark with the candlesticks, and let those candlesticks light the path on which way the momentum will possibly go. And you want to have that indicator along with again, your other two. And as you see here, there's none of the 3, none of the 4, except maybe the Bollinger Bands, because it's bouncing off the bottom of that one, show that this is a good opportunity to enter. So you'll pass. And again, it's better to not make the trade than to make a bad trade. Binance coin, this one is down tremendously, and as you see, tightening up. Let's see, really no momentum, and yeah, some more downward pressure. So this one will possibly dip a bit more, but this is also another one that I'll be keeping my eye on. As you see, these Bollinger Bands continue to get tighter, and we'll look for some bullish candles to line up. And you want to see a nice pattern along with this momentum change. It's like, yeah, that looks like a good opportunity to earn some profits. And Binance, I think it's down like $10 overall. So again, we want to buy low and we want to sell high, and that's what we're looking for, these solid companies, solid projects that are depressed. We kind of talked about that. This is one that I was looking at, Gifto. Another one totally depressed. The market is starting to go sideways on it. Right here on the stochastics, it's below the 20, and it is starting to cross the red. On our MACD, we're also starting to get some increased volume. RPM is starting to increase. This Gifto is a great project. Was received well, took off once it was first able to trade on Binance, and this is one that I'm going to keep an eye on this afternoon. See, we just got another bullish candle there. So right now there's 25 minutes left in this hour, and so we would have 3 consecutive bullish candles. Even though they're small, you would still want to confirm it with your MACD and your stochastics. But right now, that's looking like something that, yeah, I possibly will be putting a little bit towards, and yeah, seeing how that runs up. So again, there's always opportunities even in a down market. So that's Gifto, GTO, and that's on trades on Binance as well. So the limit setting helps us to, because one of the things in the psychology of markets is that we hold on to our losers too long and we sell our winners too quick. So by just sticking to a strategy, we ensure that every time we win, it's +2. When we lose, it's -1. And by locating opportunities like this Gifto here, I believe that we will have more wins over time and ultimately winning money, changing the way we're doing things. And so that's what we have there. We stick to the strategy. We leave the hope out of it. Like I hope it goes. I hope it goes. No, I have a strategy. I have indicators. My indicators are all looking at this as an opportunity to profit on the short term. I'm going to go with my strategy, and that's what it is. It's a strategy. It's not an emotional process. And if we just stick to the strategy consistently, wash, rinse, repeat, we will have more profitable trades than losing trades. And that would make every one of us listening in very, very, very happy. So last plug for that is the Alpha group for cryptocurrency alerts. And on our Twitter page, we have the link. So you can just come over here. This link right here will take you to the Alpha group. So please join us. Please follow if you use Twitter. We try to post some interesting information also when we're updating the release of new videos. So please like us on follow us on the Twitter page, and like and subscribe on YouTube as well if you'd like to stay in touch and in tune with what we're doing, and if you're finding any value in the conversations that we're having. So we'll go check out the markets really quick, and it has been a brutal day. Brutal, and it's incredible. Like 23 Bitcoin, 10,794. That's Ethereum's like $400 off. Look at Ripple, $1.07. Cardano down to 54 cents. Litecoin, 100. Oh man. The list goes on and on. 40, 34, 29. These are the big names. There's a massive sell-off going on. But as we looked at with the charts, there's still opportunities to possibly profit even in a down market by just using your technical analysis. You're able to just find trends. Again, nothing is going straight down in most cases. It's on it bounces. It's a wave. It's a current. It's a tide. So we just want to find the best possible time to get in and to ride that to profitability. We're setting our stop loss limit, so if we are incorrect in our analysis, we're not losing, and when we win, we're winning twice as much. So again, that's how this is going to continue to assist us, to give us strength and courage and conviction to hold on to our plan, strategy, and ideas why we got into the cryptocurrency markets. Even when you look and Tether is the only thing in the green. Neblio, you have some good companies that are even down 8, 15, 15, 18. Crushing. But what this means is that there's going to be a turnaround, and just as quick as this market has tanked as it has today, it can turn around. There's a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt, a lot of FUD out there in the market. And again, as I said, if you liked Cardano a month ago, you have to love it today at a 33% discount. They're still, Hoskinson and company, they're still working on fulfilling their plan and looking for a network that will be able to overtake Ethereum. That's what they're attempting to do today, even if the value of their coin has dropped by 33%. So just remember that it's the psychology of the markets, and it's like one person starts running, and next thing you know, everybody's sprinting, running over each other to get to the exit. So you want to remain calm. Sometimes where there is smoke, there is a fire, and in order for us to have these wonderful opportunities for returns, there are going to be days like this, but we just have to strap up and again, go in dollar cost average on your long-term positions. And on our trading, be very careful, set our downsides, because again, things can turn quickly, but look for that momentum, because even in this type of market, there is an opportunity to profit. And I believe that you will begin to see that as you utilize the technical analysis more and more. And I'm just scrolling through because I haven't been on CoinMarketCap or looked at any other YouTube videos today, but these are the prices of the beginning of December. I mean, everything ran up. Hopefully you're able to take your profits, because if not, your portfolio balance is looking possibly like it did a month ago, like nothing has happened. So that's also one of the advantages to trading and taking that profit off the table as you receive it, is that you're hopefully able to put it into something safer that is holding value when the market's going down. But even my safety plan, my safe haven for my trading coins of Ethereum, even that my safe haven is down 27%. So it's tough. It is tough. It's a highly volatile market. Dealing with these cryptocurrencies makes trading stocks look like buying CDs at your bank. I mean, there's nothing that can duplicate the volatility that we're seeing with cryptocurrencies. So just hold on, people. And again, that's why you want to buy things that you believe in, so you know that when things are down as they are today, it just represents an opportunity for you to dollar cost average, so you can profit when things turn back around. And it might be tomorrow, might be a week, it might be a month, but quality projects, the blockchain, the technology that's being developed is going to be used more in the future. We're not going to go back to using smoke signals and other antiquated technology. So it is the future, and you are at the beginning of it, and at the beginning in the Wild West. I mean, it's tumultuous, so you want to stay on guard. A coin that I'm looking at right now, and was looking at earlier, and it looks like it's lost its momentum, was this Iconomi. And the reason why I was interested is just how super tight the Bollinger Bands are, and just for how long it has been trading at a kind of a just trading sideways. There was a burst yesterday, and you see it ran way up because just see some bullish candles lining up, and bam. So what I'm looking at on this Iconomi, again, it is super tight. I'm looking for some bullish candles to line up, and I believe with this momentum that this is one that can also have a nice return, especially if the market turns around quickly, as we know it can. You like to see that. I mean, there's only, it can go down further, we know that, but you're really limiting your risk when you're in these Bollinger Bands. You get a nice wave of momentum, and that can again pop up out of it like it did here. So that's what I'm looking at, is this Iconomi. And Iconomi, you can go to their website. They are a solid project. It's one that you'd possibly want to consider for your long-term portfolio. I'm at their website, iconomi.net, right now, and so what their tagline is: explore new digital asset arrays. And so what is Iconomi? A digital assets management platform, new and unique technical service, anyone from beginners to blockchain experts to invest in and manage digital assets. So I went ahead and registered, and what it is, to me, it's like an index of different like mutual funds in the stock market. You have different asset managers here, and they each have portfolios of cryptocurrencies, and you buy into these, and your investment performs based on the basket of cryptocurrencies that are held in whichever asset manager you choose to go with. So very interesting and a wonderful idea. If you're not one to say with your profits that you get from trading, and you aren't really sure how to allocate your portfolio, Iconomi, here you can choose a portfolio that meets your needs, that you're happy with their past returns, and definitely what's inside their basket of coins, and then make an investment, and it's hands off. You just let someone else manage the money for you, and you just get the return just like in a mutual fund. So if you're familiar with how mutual funds work, in just a basket of different stocks, and based on the performance of those, the fund either goes up or down. But it takes a lot of the, for your dollar, it takes a lot of the risk out, because instead of your $1 going just to one asset, your dollar is being spread over many assets, so you're being diversified at the same time. So I had seen Iconomi before, and I hadn't really looked into them as much in detail as I had today and last night. But it's, yeah, I believe with some profits that I am going to achieve through the cryptocurrency alerts trading program, that I'll be placing some of those in, find the fund that makes the most sense to me, and give it a shot. Definitely a great idea. So Iconomi, you can deposit, withdraw. I haven't made any deposits or anything as of yet, but definitely something that I will be checking out. And it's also this coin here that is sitting here in super tight Bollinger Bands. And again, I'm awaiting some confirmation from my indicators and seeing the path with the candlelight and the candlesticks, and making a purchase, profiting, and maybe using some of those profits to start and seeing how that one of the Iconomi asset managers manage my money and what type of returns they'll achieve. So that is the board that I'm taking out to the ocean today. Again, right now I'm not, I already have a position in this. Got kind of tricked by some bull indicators earlier and the momentum, but things have died off in this market. It's it's as you know, it's been tough today. But again, I think my downside is still limited. I have my stop limit in, so if it does drop off 5%, I'll be out of it. Can choose to go back in if I see a more opportune time. But yeah, that's what we're doing. We're still looking for these good opportunities, even when the market is shifty. And you see here, and this is a kick to the stomachs, is that simple token just took a huge selling pressure right there. So that's very bearish conditions, and so you would definitely not want to enter in to this position now. So today might be a good day to sit on your hands, but again, keep looking for these opportunities because they do exist, but don't rush to get in. It's better not to make the trade than to make a bad trade. And we're going to go ahead and wrap it up with that. If you see the value in the technical analysis, I'm using Coinigy for my charts. There's many other services out there, but I have chose Coinigy, and if you would like to use these same charts that I'm using on Coinigy, they are having a 30-day free trial, so I have a link in the description. Follow the link and start getting into this technical analysis, start honing your system, and share that with us. Again, we're working this out together. This cryptocurrency market is highly volatile. We're trying to use tested indicators on an asset that is different from many others, but still fits the bill, that has shown that the technical analysis does prove to provide beneficial buying opportunities and selling points. So with that, I hope that all your trades be in your favor. Remember to follow the trend. The trend is always your friend. Buy low, sell high, and that's how we will stay profitable, friends. This is Tyrone, Cryptocurrency Alerts. I hope you have a wonderful day.
The information provided by Cryptocurrency Alerts is for informational purposes only. It should not be considered legal or financial advice. You should consult with an attorney or other professional to determine what may be best for your individual needs. Cryptocurrency Alerts does not make any guarantee or other promise as to any results that may be obtained from using the service. No one should make any investment decision without first consulting his or her own financial advisor and conducting his or her own research and due diligence. To the maximum extent permitted by law, Cryptocurrency Alerts disclaims any and all liability in the event any information, commentary, analysis, opinions, advice, and/or recommendations prove to be inaccurate, incomplete, or unreliable, or result in any investment or other losses. Content contained on or made available through the website is not intended to and does not constitute legal advice or investment advice, and no attorney-client relationship is formed. Your use of the information on the website or materials linked from the web is at your own risk.